so I just got my first package in, and this package is actually a really important one because this has a brand new key. It comes with a new, well not new, but used ignition and a whole entire triple, this is the whole triple cover, which is great. But this is for the trunk, so that's good. And I also have a brand new gas cap. Well, again, I say brand new, but you know what I mean. Another used one, and this is all keyed for this single key. That's good, and not only that, but this is the original Kawasaki key. So I'm pretty excited to try this out. Hopefully it works.
First thing I'm going to do is remove the plug for the ignition. Now I'm going to plug in the replacement ignition, and we're going to test and see if it works. Oh wait, I almost forgot. I have to hook up this jump box as well because my battery is still dead.
Would you look at that, guys? We got power now. Perfect. This key in ignition is going to work. This is a huge step. This shows us that we can turn off and on the bike, no issue. So that is amazing. That is a huge step forward. And now we can go ahead and get into installing this cover onto the bike.
But first we need to remove this old cover. And the person who last touched this cover did a real number on it. They flipped it upside down for some inexplicable reason. And not only that, they used the incorrect bolts to hold it down as well. Yeah, this should be real fun.
Before I get too far, this is the steering head nut, and I'm gonna just try and loosen this. It's not gonna help me remove that, but I need to know if this is also stripped out, because that would be a big problem if this is stripped out. Hopefully it's not. This is a 36 size socket. I have a breaker bar right here. Okay, good. That came off no problem. There you go. Oh, that's a huge relief. But I'm gonna leave that on just a little bit. Okay, so I have a 1/4 inch Allen now, which actually fits a little bit better for some reason. And here's the nut. I'm gonna use a 13mm open end wrench, or I guess closed end wrench, and slip that right over. And that fits pretty snug. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen it like this. What? That did not hit the ground. So I have this Allen key, and I'm gonna go ahead and take this socket and put it on it. This is a little bit of a tighter fit, so let's see if this works. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh look, it's coming. All right, cool. I'm just gonna loosen that about this far. Just get it loose. I'm having a tough time fitting this socket in here, so I'm gonna try to tap it in. Perfect. Oh, there we go. Finally. Holy sh**. I had to take a breaker bar, wedge it against the tank. Don't worry, it's not actually against the tank. It's just against the, kind of like the frame, and the frame has this pad, so it's fine. You guys can't feel it, but you guys take my word for it. This is hot right here. Like, this is actually hot. Like, almost too hot to touch. Hopefully I can get my socket back. Look how jammed up that is. All right, guys, I gave it a few whacks of the hammer from behind, and now it's out. And look at this bolt. My God, never again. All right, look at that. I mean, it doesn't look like a lot of progress just removing 5 bolts. Well, this was no problem, but these 4 bolts. But man, I tell you, that was a tough thing to deal with. Okay, so there are 2 screws in back here that hold on this. Okay. Yeah, there it is. All right. But I hung the reservoir up here so it's not upside down. That should maybe hopefully help it from getting air in it. But anyway, time to move on to the other side. And just real quick, look how mangled this thing is. Ugh, so terrible. Anyway, other side. So I just removed the back cover off. And you know what's always wild to me is how do spiders and stuff get back here? Like, and why do they think that's a good place for them to lay their eggs?
Okay, enough of the spiders, now back to business. I gotta admit guys, this looked way easier than it actually was to deal with. Whoever this thief was, I just want you to know that I am not a fan of yours.
Holy crap. All right, big screwdriver. There we go. Big screwdriver on this side. There we go. Still stuck. Okay, so I put the bike on rear stands. I don't have spools, but luckily my pit bulls have that adapter, so I don't need spools. And I got the front up, and I think that'll make it line up a lot easier now that there's no weight on the front wheel. And it looks like I might be right, but I gotta make sure this goes down straight, this straight, and this straight. There we go, look at that. Woo! That looks good. That looks legit. I'm so happy. I'm gonna just put this on just for now. I'm not gonna tighten this because I'm gonna get a new one. This is just ugly. I'm gonna buy a new one, but for now, this will just kind of hold it in place. There we go. Perfect.
I believe now is a good time for me to just give a huge thanks and shout out to my gold level patrons. Amateur Mike, Mark Sudlow, Charles Raymond Young, Gordon Black, Trace Young, Josh Moore, and Bruce Squid. Thank you all so much for supporting. If any of you guys would also like to support and get a shout out for yourself, then there will be a link down in the description of this video.
No, I will not rob you guys of the satisfying click sound, so here we go. Hard to film, but I got that plugged in, and it snakes up into here. It follows the factory path. It goes into that factory O thing, whatever, and it goes around underneath here. It's completely the factory path in every single way, so that will not get snagged on anything. And pretty much this is a job well done. Just need these new bolts in.
Unfortunately, I don't have those replacement bolts yet, and there's no way I'm going to be reinstalling the old ones. So let's move on to the next thing, the gas cap. This is about as straightforward as it gets, although funny enough, using the key is part of the installation process.
Sweet. Alright, so we got a working gas cap now and a working ignition. This is huge. Between these two things, this cover, this hose, and this radiator, those are the 5 things that we really needed to get sorted to make this bike run. In fact, we didn't really need this, but mainly we just needed the cover and that, but I also want to get these done too because I don't want any risk of anything going wrong.
Although the trunk working might not seem like a big deal for most of you, I wanted to still have a complete working key set for this bike, so the trunk lock had to be replaced as well. This is about as straightforward as it can get. Simply remove a couple bolts, unhook a couple cables, and then reinstall the new parts, and it should be all done.
There we go. Okay guys, well that's about as far as I can get in this video. So now I have the ignition where I can turn like that. I have a gas cap which I can turn like this. And I have this right here as well. So I have a working trunk, a working gas cap, and a working ignition. So that's it for this episode. In the next episode, I'm gonna be trying to work on the engine cover, cleaning out the oil and all that stuff, and maybe doing some of the coolant, and then we can possibly fire it up and see if it runs. So stay tuned. If you guys like this video, make sure you leave a like. And if you like this also, let me know down in the comment section below. I love reading you guys' comments about it. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care and bye-bye.